Hi, this is Christie Waldrop, and we wanted to update Kevin's outdated look. So we're going to go through and change up the hairstyle that he's growing out. Right now it's a clipper cut that we're going to start razoring instead. First and foremost, like I said, we already like the length, so we're going to go in to give him texture and just pick and pull through it with the razor. What I did is I prepped him with a product called Blade Glide from Jatai International, and it has a silicone-based cutting solution that helps me to go through the hair easier and do the piecework that I need to do. I'm just taking out a little bit of weight to give it a better flow so that it'll have a nice edginess to it. Instead of it looking all monochromatic one length, this has a little bit more movement through it. That's it right there. So we're just going to continue. I'm holding the razor at a parallel to the hair texture angle. I'll have to edit this out. It's important to take out weight generally behind the ears to keep it from being too bulky, because you already have your occipital bone through here, and this ear bone, the ear base here, tends to make the hair stick out. So we're going to go in and remove a little bit of weight right there. It's already over his ears. His clipper cut before that he's been growing out has made the hair stick out. To make it lay down nicer, what we're going to do is we're going to go in and just carve out a little bit of that weight and that blunt line that he has from the clipper before. Nothing outrageous. We can go in and remove the length from his sideburns really easily. Once again, with just sort of a pick and pull type motion. He's in a very professional setting. Even though it's the hair industry, it's still a professional setting. This is still a little bit bulky, so I'm going to go in, remove weight. It's okay that it's close to the scalp when we're removing weight because his hair is shorter. So it's just going to help it to lay down nicely as time goes on. Around the front of the face, where his temple is, his hair grows straight out from his head, so it gives a nice bulkiness here. So we're going to go in and remove weight the direction of how his hair naturally grows. And because this is an updated style for him, instead of him pushing it back and going against the way the hair naturally grows and making it stand out, he's going to go with the way it naturally grows now and let it fall. Be a lot easier for him. He won't have to do so much with it. The blow dryer is a thing of the past for the man. Imagine that. This will also grow out much nicer for him because it'll give a softer edge to his ends. Okay, let's turn the opposite direction. We can already see the movement that we're getting. This is still a smidge bulky right here. It's very visual to cut men's hair with the pick and pull motion that we're doing. Turn again. Turn. There we go. This is a little bit dry. We all know that we don't use the razor on dry hair. So spray a little more Blade Glide on there. This side of his hair is a little less dense. It's not as thick as the other side. So we don't need to do as much of the pick and pull method. We're going to take his sideburn length out. Okay, so if you'll turn to the front, Kevin, we're going to cut actually right there on the side is good. Right now he has a fairly blunt cut at the top. We want to soften that and give it a little bit more control as well as texture. Remove some of the weight through there so he can tousle it and it will be free flowing for him. I'm just going in, holding the razor like this and sliding out. I could go in and cut triangular sections out, but with men's haircut, I prefer just to carve out the sections the way I want them. We're already starting to see more movement and flow. Turn some of this way for me. Right there. Taking out a considerable amount of hair. However, it will still maintain the length, and while he's growing it out, it won't look like a mushroom on top of his head. He'll have a lot more flexibility with different styles. He'll be able to style it into a faux hawk if he wants to, or over and to the side. Once again, it's very visual. We want to see where it's going, what direction it's moving in. Turn on the right there. He has a really nice bend to his hair. However, if you wanted to get a flat iron and straighten it out, you could do that too. But I have a feeling he's not going to with the conservative cut that he has. Once again, a little pick and pull, seeing where the long areas are, and finishing up the main body of the cut. If you'll stay tuned, we're going to finish up the nape area with a different option for the nape and the hairline of our clients with the nape and body razor. Thank you very much.